Mike and Ted all over the place.
That's fine.
Yeah. Welcome to a podcast because and the reason for all this podcasting again is I took a break because it got so busy and just a lot of responsibilities with clients.
You're saying the
agents.
podcast worked? Is that what you're saying?
The best way to say something is not to say it yourself.
It's a good thing, like you stopped doing it. That's
perfect time. I stopped doing it.
Perfect timing.
And at the same time, I said that I would do more.
Yeah.
I have 2 subscribers, and I didn't want to leave them, hanging, in the lurch. So I when you say something, when you say you're going to do something, you should do it. So that's why I brought back Bing. He was a great producer the first time around, the first 100 episodes.
Did you guys really do 100 episodes?
I think we hit 100 episodes. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, we had 100 episodes in a matter of, I think it was under 6 months.
We
definitely didn't go from 1 year to 1 year. And again, so anyway, I wanted to do it, but I want to do it differently. I want to do it, make a slight adjustment with having you on board.
Why?
Well, I wasn't going to have you on board the first time around because you didn't work for me.
I didn't work for you, but I was curious. On the way here today, I did have a moment where I'm like, I wonder why Ted wants me to do this with him.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of ideas. We've been speaking since when did you join us? You joined.
It's been a few months now, right?
It's been that long. It's been a few months. All right. So is it different? Is it everything I promised it to be? I think I said the words. I think I remember saying the words. Work in my office and see how the other half lives. That's as far as I've gone.
Yeah, no, it's been like night and day from the way that I was doing the job.
And before it was night and now it's day.
Yes. Okay. Well, it depends on what kind of person you are, I guess, Ted. But no, the office environment has been really nice. Coming back, like actually coming to the office and working around people has been very nice. But the administrative help has been incredible, and just it's a big deal. The things that you've been doing for me specifically, I feel hopeful right now. Like
yeah, I think, and I hate to say it like this because it's going to sound very condescending, and I'm treating you like I treat all the agents. So it always amazes me how different agents, their businesses react differently to almost the same treatment, the same amount of involvement, the same amount of administrative support, the same tools are there, the same, today is Wednesday, so you're all getting the expired before sale by owner list. So it amazes me. I almost want to keep this in mind, being subsequent episode. I want to call it "What Makes an Agent Click."
Sometimes that takes a few years.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's environment, but you treat all the agents the same, but the agents don't treat the job the same. So it's a matter of showing up.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, showing up is way more than half the battle.
It's actually the battle.
It is the battle. Like, you just got to show up.
In anything, going to the gym. I've been a little lax as well. It's showing up. It's more than half the battle, actually. It really is just show up, and then don't worry. The sweating, the heavy breathing, the exhaustion. I am still talking about the gym. The exhaustion all happens naturally.
There's that joke on Archer where every time he does something that should be really difficult, he goes, "Well, nothing's really that hard when you really think about it." And showing up. That's it. Show up. But,
it really is. We had a whole conversation. Well, it wasn't a conversation. It was an office meeting. We had a whole meeting discussing. I asked a lot of the top producers, a lot of the top producing agents, the award-winning agents, some agents that are having the.
Wait. Did I receive an award yesterday?
Yes, you did.
Can we just real quick?
You're supposed to bring all that.
I want to introduce myself. My name is Michael Vergasta, top producing agent at Coldwell Banker. I'm in Good Life.
That's your camera, right?
I'm all over the place. That's the name of the show.
Yeah.
October 2024. I'm going to bring that up a few times.
Yes. Well, don't worry. It won't be the only award. And I think you know what? Let's not make it about real estate. Let Indiana Jones this.
So much has changed since I got here, though. It's almost crazy to not talk a little bit about real estate.
I know. I had one listing in particular. No, it's not that one, Bing. Bing knows which one is my absolute most amazing favorite house of all time. But that's not, I'm talking about a different listing. One listing in particular literally went through all the changes in our real estate industry as their transaction was transpiring. They started with, if we were in contract by a specific date, they would not need to fill out the property condition disclosure statement questionnaire.
Changed.
Yeah, that's one. Then, just as the NAR lawsuit guidelines changed the way we do business and the paperwork we would be using, that is exactly the cusp of their offer. So we went from negotiating it one way to renegotiating it the different way. And we're not going to get into too many details. That's an episode in itself. But the changes have been good, I think. I think the changes are a step in the right direction for an industry. And I think if we all adhere to the real message that is a result, that the changes have a real message, is my take on it, and I could be wrong, is buyers get representation. Sellers have always had representation. So that's pretty much the way I see it. And I am all for it. I think a buyer should be represented, and I absolutely always believe a seller is always represented.
I like the changes. I think that we should probably just do an episode on that at some point. I don't really know what the plan is for this today. What do you want to talk about?
The plan for this today was when I commit to something, I have to do it. So we've had a very busy week. I don't know about you, but my ear is tired. I've exchanged conversations with about 78 to 80 individuals because of a property that we put on the market that had 100 people come to the open house, and that was the goal. A bidding war, getting the price way over asking price. But I'm not one. You're never going to see the 100 people. I'm not going to advertise that 100 people came to this open house, because there was only one reason for to get that kind of turnout. It was to get my seller the best possible offer. It wasn't to generate likes or anything on Instagram. So sorry, you won't get video of 100 people at my open house. You will get video when I do an open house, and there's music and quartets and swimming pools and doggy doors and everything. That I do believe in. I kind of have fun with that.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so just requires a property that I think I can really sink my teeth into. Coming soon.
Are you selling? You selling? You selling?
I'm selling all right. I'm looking at the camera. This is like the only time, porn rules don't apply.
Hey,
never look directly at the camera unless you're on a podcast, apparently.
Hey, Big, this keeps slipping. Is that going to mess with the sound or anything?
You're good.
All right, I'm trying not to mess with it.
No, you're chill.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I look awkward on camera?
No, you look great. What are you talking about?
Really? Oh, I can't hear that enough.
I was like, are we looking at the cameras?
Yeah, you're supposed
You
to be
say
looking
that's
at
my camera?
Yeah.
So this one's your camera. That one's Ted's. I'll cut this part out of the show too.
Oh, no, I love it.
And this one,
Yeah, I don't want anything cut.
you don't want anything. Oh, okay. So
That came out wrong.
This one is. yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. But this one's gonna get both of you guys.
Okay.
So if you want,
Oh yeah, and I changed the furniture around. What do you
change
think?
the furniture. I do like it.
Yeah, but one of these subsequent episodes, we actually will be at Bing's new studio.
Oh, I heard.
Yes,
It's nice.
I like it. It looks very professional, and I feel like it could really be like
Very cool.
3 to 4 people around a table having a real discussion.
Nice.
I have an idea for that too.
All right.
So anyway, the point to this is, if you say you're going to do something, you have to do it.
So you scheduled this.
I scheduled everything. You should see my book.
And then here it was.
And here it is. Yeah. And I guess, and I kind of like the idea of the all over the place. I mean, there's probably one topic that, I choose not to talk about politics.
I mean, we can get it out there if you want to just get it out there. It's like age, sex, location, who'd you vote for? I'm just, no, it's fine. We don't have to do that today.
Yes. So why that camera is so it could be me. We should put a mirror in back of the camera, and then I definitely won't take my eyes off it.
Is that?
And never met a mirror I don't wink at. Yeah.
We can just put your headshot over there.
Well, I also like to make sure I still have a reflection.
Okay.
just in case.
Just in case.
I could turn that camera around. Like
Next time, like we used to. Yeah. So anyway, I am absolutely not joking around. So anyway, this is going to be a total all over. This is all over the place. So but I actually do prefer. I think that you should speak more because I don't think people want to hear me
on the podcast.
On this podcast, It's half yours.
Jesus. Okay. You're really springing this on me, Ted.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I've got a lot to say about AI, but I'm afraid to say it on the technology,
I watch you turn on.
We use AI. Yeah, it's going to turn into a whole bunch of little clips.
Use AI.
Yeah.
No, I'm afraid to talk about AI on the internet.
I should use it on like getting a really flat stomach.
Share your thoughts.
No, I honestly, oh my God. I don't like talking about AI because it makes me sound like a crazy person, I think. I sound like a little bit of a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, so see, I've seen some things online. I'm not sure.
They took our gerbs, Ted. They took our gerbs. Sorry, go ahead.
What are those?
They took our jobs.
Oh.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't think they did. I don't think they took my job.
Not yet. My run-ins with AI, like that, as they're rolling certain things out, a lot of it is, some of it accused me of shoplifting a lot, where I was at the grocery store and they have all the new systems and everything. And every time I rang something up, the human, I guess there's your job, had to come over and watch an instant replay of me scanning the item and then okay it.
Oh, because they got flagged.
The computer kept thinking that I was stealing. And it was just because my kid was there and was like, what can I scan the item? And so, but they were doing that at that grocery store for a couple days and now that's gone. I'm ordering at Taco Bell and it's a computer now. At the drive-thru you're talking to.
You know how you get around
You ask for the human.
Yeah.
I know. And every person in the line did that. So it's like, I don't know, this is helping. I guess maybe it's creating more jobs because now we're just having to watch the AI or the robot to make sure that they're doing a good job. But no, I'm more concerned about like from a creative aspect, the artists who are getting ripped off constantly and they're using their art to generate different art that people are getting paid to create that they're not actually creating. It really bums me out when I'm reading a comic book and I'm like, this art looks familiar. And then I look up the artist and I'm going, oh, that's why, because they're using AI to rip off other people's art.
See, I don't know enough about AI. I see technology. The only thing I know about AI is it's obviously going to travel. The technology is going to move faster than ever before.
Right.
If we thought, going from a corded phone about 40 years ago, actually probably 28 years ago, corded phones all the way to cordless phones. And then now we are on computers that are actually also phones.
Technology breeding technology.
Yeah, so I could see that it's going to just be fast.
Well, it's being rolled out too fast. And I think that the way that they're rolling it out as, like you see the commercials where it's so friendly and it's like the first thing that you saw was like the people making their Facebook images, where they were, you know what I'm talking about, Bing. They were making, they were putting their picture into an AI generator and it was showing.
This is where I love technology and I think AI can be amazing, but that's like something that I hope I don't go on record and somebody's going to, I don't think I've ever used a filter, I've seen people where I've driven by and I thought I recognized the name. So we're in real estate and we have name riders and people love putting their picture on signs. There's a whole other theory behind that. You're driving by and you're like, I feel like I know that name. Oh, wait. And then I'm looking, and this agent has used AI to make themselves younger, thinner, and obviously, I guess when you're younger and thinner, maybe you are considered slightly more attractive. And to the point where I almost would not have recognized that person. It looks more like their daughter than themselves. So anyway, so I've seen agents use AI for like very obvious things, and I think that that's a little strange. But apparently on social media, that's how the kids go, right?
It was just like a trend for a little while. They were putting their picture in and made it look like a painting of them in different kinds of, whatever. But the way that it's being rolled out as this, I don't think we should be leaning in, is the problem. I don't think that we should be leaning in so readily and so quickly. The misinformation that can come about. I mean, it's gotten to a point where you really do every single thing that you see, you have to question, make sure that it's actually a legitimate thing. Swaying elections overseas, sure that it didn't help ours. There's all kinds of different things that, I don't know, super dangerous, guys. Be careful. Like, I don't want to, it's,
attitude is everything, because maybe as a society, we should look at AI and I'm not saying lean in. I'm not saying give it all up. I'm saying it's only going to be a bad thing if people make it a bad thing.
Right.
So I think the only issue that I would ever have with AI is when you hear that students, and I guess much more students, when they go to school and they say AI wrote their papers, AI, I guess AI couldn't take their test. But then again, if it was a test online, are you
inclined to go to a young doctor right now?
Absolutely not. If I think a doctor passed, his medical training, medical school with AI, it means he missed the learning part. Like
there's way more to it than that. I mean, as far as getting your medical,
I think an education is the best thing a human being can have, and the ability to learn. Learning the ability to learn, I think, is probably one of the best things a human being can have. I think that would be the reason AI can't replace us. Although, obviously, the way computers work, they are now self-learning.
Well, so the thing
I've seen Terminator.
Yeah, well, so has AI. The things that I've talked to.
It's okay. You can keep talking.
I was having a conversation with this guy. He was kind of on like the ground floor of computers. Like he was there when they needed a whole building to house one. He's not as concerned about AI. He was concerned about robots developing soft touch. And at that point, he's like, that's the collapse of society as we know it. And that phrase, as we know it, that's already happening. And we are all using AI. Like I say, I don't use AI. I don't love the fact that I don't really have the option in society right now. If I want a phone, if I want to participate, I've opted in just by having this stuff. I'm using it every day, whether I know it or not. I don't love that. Yeah, he was saying when the robots develop soft touch, they take your place on the workforce almost entirely. And there's, military applications and all different, there's all kinds of stuff.
So I think the biggest question is going to be, how fast does it really move? And if you really want to get a take on AI, there's a couple of documentaries on Netflix, and you can check them out. I found them very, very intriguing. But I don't know. I guess I just have a different attitude towards things. I cannot commit to an idea of it's gonna automatically be bad, or an idea that's gonna take anything away. I'm usually a very positive guy about most things, and I guess I've been consuming this material my whole life. And I've been so excited about technology my whole life. I couldn't wait to get my Dick Tracy watch. I couldn't wait to get my Ninja Turtles communicator, the FaceTime, like all of that stuff. I'm older. I couldn't wait to get my phone
Star
that's
Trek
also a shoe.
Yeah. That's a Kimmy Gibbler? Is that Kimmy Gibbler?
The shoe phone? No, yeah. that's a Get Smart.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm sorry. We were watching Full House last night, and Kimmy Gibbler's phone is a shoe.
Well, Saved by the Bell. Zach Morris. Zach Morris had a phone that was about the same size as my shoe.
It's great.
Yeah, and he was the coolest kid in high school. The coolest kid in junior high, right? Yeah.
Did you see any of the new when they came back with Saved by the Bell?
No. I only got to see
years ago.
No, I only got to see the reboot of Beverly Hills 90210.
See,
Yeah, and now they can't do that anymore because too many of them have died.
I didn't do Beverly Hills 90210. My
I know
wife
that's not
did.
funny.
I didn't do any of that.
Unless, of course, you get hit, like a piano falls on you. Then I think it's a little funny. Yeah. Oh, Beverly Hills. I watched it for the beginning. I seem to watch any show that has what's her name in it, Shannon Doherty. I only watch it until she leaves the show, and then apparently that's it. Thank God she wasn't on Friends, otherwise I wouldn't have finished the series. So the reboot of Saved by the Bell. No, that would have been fun to watch.
It's fun. It's not bad. They did a good job.
Well, I didn't really grow up on Saved by the Bell because I'm just that much older. My younger brother definitely emulated them all.
Gotcha.
Yes, yeah, he loved that show. He was total fan. So anyway, how did we get onto AI?
I don't know. We needed something.
How did we get to Beverly Hills 90210?
It's a good.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
I guess AI. I guess AI must be in the news.
I don't know. I guess it's just something that's I've been thinking too much about. I guess I don't know.
Well, see, I don't watch the news. I very rarely watch the news.
I should stop watching the news.
It's a very different.
We should
life.
become the source for everybody's news.
Yeah,
as people who
that would be
don't watch
horrible.
the news, like we'll be responsible for reporting it.
So that's the reason, I cannot talk about, I don't talk about certain topics because I don't think I'm educated enough. As opposed to everyone else out there that they'll talk about any topic and they are not educated enough.
But you'll say that you're not, like if it comes up, if we're talking about something and you're like, hey, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I will.
Am I allowed to say fuck?
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 people are going to watch
All
this.
right. I don't know the rules. You sat me down and hit record and you were like, we're podcasting today. And I went, great.
Well, I used to always think that podcasting was like, you put the headphones on, right?
Sure.
And you go on, and it's supposed to be live.
Okay.
So this is not live.
No,
so,
radio is live. Podcasting, I mean, rarely live, I guess. Rarely?
Rarely live.
Rarely.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I feel like it would be fun to be live.
It's like there's a little bit more, it's a little more dangerous, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Feels a little bit more of a thrill.
but see, our lives, our livelihood is live. So, and I don't mean
always working.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like once in a while, there's not like a camera on me and it's live to everyone to see. But when you're in front of a client, you're live.
But you wish, though, Ted.
Yeah, but same way if you're in front of a client and this is one thing that I really can't stress enough to agents or new agents, mostly younger and especially younger people. Like I have a phone that's sitting right there, and I can tell you, I do not. I make sure I go to great lengths not to be distracted if you're talking to a client. You're speaking to them about their biggest investment, and you hopefully your words make them feel comfortable about doing certain things, whether it's putting a house on the market, making an offer, taking an offer. And I think the moment you break, and you glance over to your phone, and even though I know that we could cheat and have an Apple Watch, and it's definitely a helpful thing because, if it's a specific number, you might say, listen, this might be really important. My house could be burning down. Or my client's house could be burning down. Let me just check on it. But if you constantly distract, and like I see it with people with the office meetings, we have, our boss has more experience than probably anyone else in the industry currently. Yeah. And he's sitting there speaking or saying something on a topic, and you see a younger person who, a lot younger, just looking at their phone the whole time, or maybe texting, or maybe just, handling orders for some other business. And it's like, oh yeah, so you don't have your full attention. And do it now. If I say, don't worry, I never act like that in front of a client. It doesn't matter. It's a habit. Yeah. You will. And you will act like that in front of the wrong client, where it's like, it's like, oh yeah, that's the turnoff. That's my opinion. And next time I'm on an appointment, I'm going to accidentally, do it and just to prove a point.
I only pick up if it's my kid's school. That's the only time.
Exactly. A certain number.
But you seemed like you were talking about almost like a performative aspect of our job. And I know that you started as you were going to be an actor. That was the plan for a minute, right? Or at least
that was
a goal.
Was
it a plan or a goal? Was it a dream? What is that?
Being an actor is a goal. Here. I know. I have I take a really great picture, I think. People do like my pictures sometimes. That would have been great And again, I've said it before. I've said, if I had applied myself the same way I applied myself to real estate, let's pretend I started auditions 10 years earlier. And yeah, auditioning is, I'm sure someone who's actually had success with it. Yeah, but someone who has success with auditions probably would say, you didn't audition. You travel to the city a handful of days out of the month, and you just happen to walk into these go-sees or something. That's not, auditioning. Auditioning is I think, would entail having your monologue ready, making it a process and constantly doing it and consistently doing it. And, audition after audition. Failing. Similar to real estate, constantly going after potential listings. We have the expired listings that were on the market and no longer on the market. We have for sale by owners. We have just random houses, people home and say, knock on the door.
It can be intimidating. And the whole, you hear it all the time, the cliches are cliches for a reason, but if you're not failing.
Yeah, but you know what makes it less intimidating? If you go to the trouble to learn, and if you know your industry, you know your statistics, you know the process of owning a home. The process of buying a home, and you don't have to know it inside out. I could not recite how to build a house. I could just barely remember what the joists are and the beams from the test 20 years ago that I took, But if you have the knowledge of the sales process and the process of obtaining a home or answering and being able to answer questions, knowledge and education lead to confidence. And that is, what did you just say? Intimidating. And I think that takes you out of being intimidated. And it's okay to admit it.
You're genuinely offering a service. Like you're actually offering help. And most people don't know how to sell a house or buy a house.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, my client, what I love is that a client can appreciate something, and it has nothing to do with monetary value. I'm well compensated, as you know. You know how I work. But it's always nice to see that extra gift certificate for a restaurant. Not because I need to eat or drink anymore, but it's nice. They appreciate it. It was like, wow, you wrote me a fat check at the closing table. See what I mean? It can be distracting. Okay. You wrote me a check at the closing table, a fat one. And it's like, and you still wanted to say, here, this is for you because we love the process, and and this recently happened.
I actually did have the other day, a client tried to raise my commission by a whole point.
Oh, and that was a cool story.
I didn't take it. I was like, you just can't do it. I was like, I like to sleep at night. I appreciate it. But them saying that, I was like, it felt good because I was like, I knew that they were happy with the job that we did. And
yes, that is a cool story. I remember you telling me, and I would agree with you. I would play we agreed. Same way that if we agreed on price and terms, and obviously a client shouldn't ask to adjust a commission based on anything other than level of service. So he wanted to adjust it upward, which is great, and that's such a nice compliment.
It was nice to hear.
Yeah,
but
we've actually, and recently we've had another agent that got compensated more as well because the seller wanted to compensate her more than the selling agent because he felt she did a better job.
Yeah.
And that should be the goal. The goal shouldn't be that I did my basic job and I'm that much better than everybody else. The goal should be that everyone should compete to do an amazing job.
Well, Ted, as the top producer of October 2024, Coldwell Banker M&D Good Life.
That's 1 month. 1 month out of like 1,742 months that I know of. Okay.
I could definitely speak to this topic. It felt really good though to know that they were, satisfied with the job that I did and everything. And what I said to them was, just tell a friend,
Yes, and you take it for granted that they're going to. The moment that real estate gets into the conversation of a dinner table, a Thanksgiving table, a holiday table, they're gonna say, "Wait, this guy, he was great." So that's really the goal. I don't do enough of this. We should push for reviews. So I have to work on that.
I never do it too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I have people that have actually said, I want to write a review. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get you that link.
And you didn't?
I did, but something about his email. He had like the strangest email. Top dog. It's Lou. Top dog. And I remember, I think I misspelled his email, and that wasn't good. Top dogs. I don't know what it was. I was like, no, that can't be his email. So it must be.
I had somebody going into a listing appointment request them. They asked for reviews.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, yeah, I'll get you some reviews. And I'm like scrambling to past clients. I was like, hey, you want to write me a quick review? It's been a year.
Yes. You ever have someone ask for references? It was for a commercial building, and they requested references, and I'm like, oh, all right, hold on, I can figure this out. Get like this so and so. I helped him sell his 3 buildings. Okay, so and so. So it's a lot like a job interview.
I just want the stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, see, I told you I could make it all about real estate. That's my gift. That's my special power. Any conversation can be kind of like swayed back into real estate.
Kevin Bacon real estate.
Yes, 5 degrees of the real Ted G. So anyway, so you've been here for how many months?
I don't even know. How long? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
today feels
months?
like forever.
It's only been like 3 or 4 months, right?
But a lot of change, right? Well, and I'm not just talking about the industry in terms of your business.
Yes.
And I actually think that I have to do what's called prior production with one of our admins, because you may actually qualify for a yearly award.
Oh my goodness!
But yes, that's on my list of things that I have to tackle.
No, right now. So I didn't talk about this, right? It was a safe place. My wife lost her job, and I was kind of thrown into, hey, I need you to be full time now, and I was like, stay at home dad and running the house and all of that stuff, and then doing real estate, and it was fine. It's going all right, and now I am full time and the only provider at the moment. So tons
and it's
of
going
pressure,
well.
Tons of pressure.
It's going well.
No, it's going really well.
Yeah.
It was sometimes you need the kick in the ass, but it all happened coincidentally as I came to this office. Like it just happened to be at the same time, and then they changed all the laws that week, and then everything happened at the same exact time, and it couldn't have been more perfect for me. I mean, even the law changes. When I take a listing to market, my contract, I was writing in everything that they change. Like the new contract is what I used to write in all over the place, because I like
it's not exactly an unnatural evolution.
No, it made sense to me. I looked at the old contract and I was just like, I don't agree with all of this.
I hate to take credit, but our way of doing real estate in this company is very much letter of the law that happened through the NAR agreement and settlement. Yeah. Other companies are, in my opinion, that from what I've seen, I see agents and companies that are still trying to fight for the old way. This is what we always did. This is what we always did, and that part is frustrating to me. Even as a dinosaur, I'm thinking, how come I'm leaning in? Because it is what it is, and then it is a natural evolution, and I think that it can only make our industry 100 times better. 100 times more professional.
We really do need to do a whole episode where we spell it out for the people who aren't boots on the ground and educate.
We can only spell out so much because there are specific laws in through the Department of State that we have to adhere to, where it has to do with issues of and concerns of price fixing. So there's only certain things that we can discuss. There's actually a rule that you are not able to discuss commissions if you are in a room with more than 2 brokerages present, 2 different brokerages, and more than 10 agents. So for instance, our company meeting, it's only 1 brokerage and hopefully, on a good day, 35, 40 agents. We can discuss it all day long for our trainings, et cetera. But when you put into the mix another real estate broker, then it can be misconstrued in price fixing. So online, I take it for granted that hopefully someone else is watching.
The comment section here is problematic.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a comment section?
I don't know.
I've never had it.
I've never interneted before. I don't know.
I have as much as I could say that I really love looking at my reflection sometimes just to prove that there is one, and sometimes I actually can vouch. I can tell you that I have never. I don't rewatch. I don't watch my own videos.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. So I'm mostly working on the listing side right now. If I can give some advice to people working with buyers right now, stop calling and asking if we're offering commission. Just do the job. Put it on your offer sheet. Act like you've been there before. It has nothing
Well, how about
to do.
this? If I know that if we're stating some facts, and I'm staying on this side of the legal issue.
Okay.
So we do know that every buyer that's going to look at houses other than a listing agent's own house is told now to work with a buyer agent and have a buyer agreement, whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive. Okay. In that buyer agreement, there is a specific fee that is agreed upon between the buyer and the buyer's agent. And so when someone asks, "Are you offering?" I've been getting very good, and I'm gonna make it one of those texts that automatically, you put in two letters and it spells it out. My seller is very well prepped. In fact, my sellers are probably I'm going to sound like someone else's now. The best sellers, yes. But I do. I actually have.
Got the best.
I do. I really do have the best clients. My clients are tech. I could a textbook. One client in particular. I mean, 2, 3. They were all 4 at the same time, and I was like, "What happened? What book did you all read?"
And they all subscribe to this podcast.
Yes, they were the 4 people that viewed the podcast. No, so I say, because I remember I'm getting good at this, but I really want to make it memorable. And it's like my seller is very well prepped. Please include your agreed upon buyer agent fee in your buyer agreement in your offer.
Which I'm sure you have. That's what it tells me, is that you don't have a signed buyer's agreement when you make that phone call.
And this goes back to knowledge and confidence. And a lot of agents might have a concern. What am I going to say to a buyer? This is going totally training. What can I say to a buyer to make them say, "Oh, I'm going to sign a contract with you," essentially?
They're hiring you to do a job.
Yeah.
That's how you got to treat it. It's like a listing appointment now. That's what it is. The other thing I would say, advice-wise, if you have a cash buyer, please make them pay your commission directly. Because
it would make the most sense. Not to mention that your seller actually.
It'll make your offer way more attractive.
Yeah.
Like, it helps everybody. It'll help you.
That's my next ad. Make your offer as attractive as my picture.
Very good.
Anyway, back to all over the place. Wow, that one veered off into real estate land. Oh, that gives me a headache. If it gives me a headache, I can only imagine what other people get. No, I'm kidding. I love headaches. So anyway, that's an awkward pause here.
What are you watching? What are you reading?
I don't know. I keep thinking about my Indiana Jones hat in the closet, and there's a light that's blocking the closet, so I can't open it.
You guys ever sell a crack house?
Like that house is crack.
No,
I'm kidding. Well, it depends on you. It depends on what would qualify.
Like crack being pushed out the crib.
No, I've never had the pleasure. Every house is special, like a snowflake.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, we've sold.
I've had my share of hoarders and things like that, but I mean, the stories, some of them I don't feel comfortable retelling. Yeah.
I'm having.
They're really good stories too. It's a bummer.
You ever seen the
sure.
Yeah, there was one where the lady would hoard her poop.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Seen that one?
Didn't see it live. I haven't
There's a
seen that in real life.
about the poop house. Yes.
No way! Really?
We've sold a poop house. We've sold a house that had almost 2 feet in the room next to the garage of excrement. I have to assume that it was dogs. Yeah, definitely.
Like, was it in a vat?
Listen, it wasn't a horse farm, and I'm not. It wasn't manure for fertilization. It was manure, and you tried to open the door, and it was being blocked by that much. And I actually already have talked about it. And that one had a bidding war. People were fighting to get in.
Oh, you're gonna fight over it.
Yeah, that was the shit.
Fighting over the poop house.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about the market yesterday, and I said, oh wait, what's that word that everyone used? The shift. And I feel like maybe we're enjoying a little shift.
Things were weird for a couple weeks there. It was I had everything like almost screeched to a halt with showings as far as my own listings went, and then a few days later it got really busy, and all of a sudden we had a handful of offers on everything, and it was crazy. I don't know what. I
had a little string of here's the keys, see you later. And I'm like, all right. And they said we're moving upstate. My daughter's already moved. I'm leaving on Friday. And I was like, all right, so I guess I'll need a key.
That's the best.
And they're like, all right, here you go. And that was it. I may not even see them at the closing next Tuesday. Everything was taken care of.
It's the best.
Yeah, and then my most recent client, she left for Bahrain. I can't pronounce that word. Bahrain. And I think that's near Dubai. I think, yeah, because she said, the kids. I'm going to stay with my kids, and here we are. 4 days later, we've vacuumed, decluttered a little bit, and it'll be ready for an open house on Saturday. Yeah, it's like weird.
How often are you doing that type of work? As far as like,
if they've left the country or the state, I have a good kid. He does some landscaping work.
I've mowed so many lawns.
Yeah, I have a great kid. I paid for people for mowing.
I've done it a lot. Where I'm just like, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. If the homeowner lives here and they're able, I expect them to vacuum their own house. But if they've left the country and are thousands of miles away, I'll be like, maybe I should get the vacuum and vacuum it up. Windex the windows a little bit. I just clean their screen door.
Someday I'll tell one of those stories. Not today. It's a crazy one. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah. So I mean, and people don't advertise that enough. Agents sit there and they advertise that they had 35 people come to an open house. I don't know. Maybe they should advertise that. Yeah. If you have to mow the lawn, why wouldn't you? If it makes more sense to clean up the leaves that are piled up in front of the house, why wouldn't you? Our job is to work in the best interest of the seller. Right. So everything that's in their best interest. It was in their best interest for me to toss out everything on the kitchen counter because it was just there and useless. So anyway, So people don't advertise that enough. But maybe at the same time, I don't have to. If you feel comfortable enough to hand me the keys, I guess you're comfortable enough to know that I'm gonna do what's right for you.
Yeah, is the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm witnessing. I think the industry is adjusting. We'll call it shift or whatever. If you want a fun word, pivot, shift, adjust. All three words that I would use for something else too.
Still no.
Let me pivot. Hold on.
Still no inventory though. Still lots of buyers. So I mean,
Oh wait! I actually, I know. I actually had to take out. That comes out so wrong. I had to take out a buyer. I had to do it. No, I had to take out a buyer because he was a direct referral from a good business partner of mine. So I was like, all right, guys, you get the pleasure of working with me. And I'm astounded at how fast we found the house, and we have an accepted offer, doing an inspection, going into contract. I was so worried. I was so worried because I hear other stories from other agents. Oh, it takes you lose out on all these offers. You lose out on like 30 offers. It takes a while to get them into a house that they can actually get the accepted. So I'm seeing a lot of nice opportunities. So for buyers, if any buyer is watching, I do see
same thing. Recently.
Yeah, it's almost like thank gosh. And that's what I mean about the market pivoting or shifting or adjusting. I think it's adjusting to a normal, a very good normal, a 4% increase per year normal.
An actual meeting of the minds rather than the bidding against themselves, bidding wars and, chaos. Yeah. It's a little bit more, here's as far as meeting of the minds where everybody wins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this reminds me of a 2007, 8. I mean, we had a fun market then as well. Reminds me a little bit because of all the changes, everything from property condition disclosure statements having to be filled out through the changes in the way we work, buyers and sellers and commission structures. All that, I think, is creating this little perfect storm of great, not a free for all, but just a great amount of dust in the air that is going to settle and make for a wonderful 2025. I'm looking forward to 2025, and I have to tell you, I can't imagine anything better than 2024.
Yeah.
We have an agent who's actually surpassing all of her goals. After many years in the business as well, and she was a top producing agent before. You have finally scored an award, top producer, October 2024.
2024.
So there you go. I mean,
I brought it with me now.
Yeah, that's what I really love about real estate. I think that that agent that said, "Oh, can I shadow you?" I just said, "Yeah, sure." I said, "Well, today's a podcast day, so I mean, and I know I'm having lunch at 1, so I know I have to change my vet appointment. It's just gotten too expensive to go to regular doctors. I just go to the vet now.
Go to the vet.
Yeah. At least he doesn't charge a copay.
This is great content. Great content.
I gotta get health insurance soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Well. So anyway, I don't know how I got on that topic. It's because of the title, all over the place. Where do you see the floor mat? I'm gonna get a floor mat that's it's gonna have my image on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like a closing gift?
Oh wow! Right for their kitchen. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't think anybody wants it.
I know.
Maybe. I don't know.
But yes. So I'm seeing a lot of great opportunities in terms of buyer activity and sellers. Sellers, they're asking, and I'm noticing that they're asking even more intelligent questions. So than in the past.
You're saying that the customers and consumers are more educated right now as far as the processes go.
Maybe they are. Maybe it's just because, I guess real estate has been in the news. I know I don't watch the news, but I have to assume that, these hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars worth of settlements make the news. So people must have real estate.
It was frustrating when you would see it reported on and you'd be like, as somebody like boots on the ground, we're doing it, we're seeing it, we know the implications immediately, how it affected us and the industry and the customers, consumers, all of that. But to see the news report it so wrong every single time I heard anybody on TV talking about it, where I'm just like, yeah, that's not what happened, guys. Like, but
see, I don't watch the news. I just listen to agents, and I think I have the same sentiment.
Commission was always negotiable. That's the whole point, by the way, guys. That's the whole point. It was always negotiable. Anybody who is telling you otherwise, they're the reason for the settlement. Like that's that's the whole thing.
I had an agent answer the question once, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Client said, are you willing, commission is negotiable between the client and the agent together. And the client asked, what does he say? Oh, can you lower the commission? And the agent said, I can, but I don't want to. I think I have some nice witty remarks once in a while, but I was like, "Ooh, that one was good."
It's pretty good.
I will never repeat it.
I heard somebody say that when they don't get the listing at a listing appointment, if somebody else gets the listing, they say to that client or seller, "I'm sorry for your loss."
Yeah.
And apparently, he said it works. I would never. Like that is some.
I believe everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. So if someone doesn't want to list with me, then can I conceive that it's their loss? Maybe not.
But would you say that to them is the thing. That's the part where it's just like, you can think whatever you want.
I don't think it's an appropriate comment. I think people get to make decisions.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know who that person is.
All right. You want to tell them about our tour dates and where you can see us live? We're going to be in Phoenix and Vegas and.
Oh yeah, that was another thing.
What?
I have to write a song about real estate because you.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, since you're a songwriter, you're gonna write a song. And it has to be, like I'm thinking. I really am going through a Milli Vanilli phase.
Okay. Have you noticed like everything, like all of the content I'm consuming right now, all of the soundtracks are real, like hard 80s soundtracks, like
80s,
real
90s, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been fun. I've been enjoying
I saw
it.
Deadpool. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, totally. The 80s inspired. Fun. Yeah, they had the playlist because I feel like they must have had the real, like 1989 is my playlist. Songs from 1989 have been carved in my brain. It must have been the year that, I don't know, maybe I was going through puberty or something. Yeah. But like I remember those songs. Like I remember them all. Like anytime they do the countdown on Sirius Satellite, it says like the top songs of '89. It's like, yeah,
that's your year.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
That seems to be like that would be my jam.
I don't know.
But a lot of the '80s, and so I'll touch on the subject of manifesting. So like just things that, like you say things and like you want to hear a song and then it's on the playlist when you go to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the playlist from someone else. Like I'm not saying my own playlist.
Right.
That would be weird. But like I'm thinking I want to hear, I don't know, like some stupid song from the 90s. And then the coach picked it as part of the playlist. So little things like manifesting. I wanted lapel mics today. And I could have, and I should have. So technically I was going to work with the old microphones that I had from the past. And I was like, I was going to text Bing the other day and say, Bing, can we get lapel mics? And if you want, just shoot me the ones to get. And I would get them. I even thought even if they were wired, I would have no problem. So today, Bing is there, and we're setting up everything. And he's like, oh, yeah, I do have these. And he opens up, and it's like, I said, those are lapel mics. Okay. So
you need a lapel for a lapel mic. Mine's not working.
No, I bet he was working even better because I think it's probably feeding. And I'll have to hear the audio sooner or later. It'll be interesting. I feel
you don't watch your own material, though. You're like a regular Kylo Ren over here. What's that guy's? Adam Driver.
Oh, yeah. Really? He doesn't watch, really? He doesn't watch his movies.
Yeah.
Well,
can't do it.
A lot of other people don't either.
Yeah.
Well, that came out so mean. I have like 4 subscribers. I feel like I don't think I've subscribed to my own channel. Does it happen automatically?
Well, I think we actually lost some subscribers after this episode. Where's the count right now, Ben?
We do not have a live count. Are you kidding me? I don't need to count to 4 on the screen.
You have the thing on the wall. It's
but back to manifesting. I had an idea all over the place.
I'm sorry, we're all over the place. It's my bad. Manifesting. What are you manifesting right now?
I'm manifesting.
69 subscribers.
I want to know what
69. We did it, guys.
I want to know what cat I've been around.
We did it. What are you manifesting these days?
I was just about to manifest something. Now I lost it. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for my loss. I don't know, but I feel like if you put things out there, it's amazing. Like, do you put things out there because it's going to happen and you're being told by the universe, the forces in the universe that it's going to happen? Or do you put things out there and then you're telling the universe that it's going to happen?
I think we're all in a simulation is the thing. And that's why everything is so weird all the time. No, I agree with you though. And I think it's fascinating whenever these things happen.
Speaking of changes, because your reference.
What's that?
All right. And now, not only have we changed the changes in the industry, so far the count is at 3 major changes in our industry for the year. And here's number 4. Our MLS system here on Long Island is changing to the Matrix.
Is that right?
That's what yes, it's referred to
That's what they're calling it?
Yes, it's called the Matrix.
I love that. Yeah. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to ask me to take a red pill or a blue pill.
I just can't wait to be able to tell clients that the photos that there's a literal glitch in the Matrix.
Yes. Oh, that's why those photos didn't upload.
Because right now,
in the Matrix.
A client texted me about a glitch, an actual glitch, and I would have loved to have been able to say that.
Yeah.
And been for real.
To certain people, they would get a real kick out of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but back to manifesting, I do believe in that. I believe that, and that's why it's important to have as much positive as many positive thoughts in your head. And that's one of the reasons I don't watch the news, because then I might start manifesting all the downturn, you know. So
I hear you.
yeah, so
It is tough.
yeah.
I try to stay informed, but it does get, it's hard sometimes. It's really tough.
Oh, I know what, but I've manifested something that you just mentioned. You said it's just out there knee deep in 80s and 90s, 80s especially. Yeah. So right around one of the changes for our industry, I don't know why, I just said, you know, I want the 80s back. I want the 80s back. I mean, I don't know if it's, and I don't, you know, I don't mean it to say that I want greedy people, because the 80s were all about greed apparently. But I wanted, like, I don't know, but that confidence in everything, confidence that was just in the air during the 80s. And I was still a kid. I was only like 4, 5, 6, 7. I was like between 5 years old and like, you know, 10 years old or something. So, but I wanted the 80s back. And so now you're saying things like, yeah, it is. I mean, Milli Vanilli's on the radio. Yeah. Milli Vanilli's on Netflix shows. Not the actual Milli or Vanilli, just their songs. But yeah, they are the creators of TikTok. They're just not collecting any money for it.
Wait, what?
Milli Vanilli was the original lip syncer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Girl, you know it's girl, you know it's girl.
No, my favorite song, I like the song "I'm Gonna Miss You," and it was referenced in the new doc, that movie Monsters with Menendez. Is it Menendez? Yeah. But
I keep playing the Crowded House song. Oh, so good.
Our House? No. Don't Dream It's Over.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey now. Yeah. Oh, that's another ode to the old real estate market. Don't dream it's over. Hey now. I'm lapsing into a different song there. And I also have no rhythm, and I think I'm tone deaf. I cannot sing, carry a tune, or even comprehend music. I don't even know how I got away with playing the recorder.
I failed music theory like 3 times in high school. And then I was in a full-time touring band right after graduation day. Left the next day.
A lot of times the intellectual part of an industry, you know, can really, like, you know, pass someone over. Like I think I see it in real estate. I don't think I know. Well, maybe I do know. I know most of the rules. You have to know the rules before you know how to bend them. So
it is kind of silly that we are considered by law to be experts in real estate as soon as you pass that test. And
just
it's
passing
like
one test.
You don't really know anything until you start doing the job. And then it's like, oh, that's what they were talking about. I mean, I got it right on the test, but I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
I'd love it. It would be interesting to see a robot do real estate. And I know we talked about AI and about soft touch, but that's different. But imagine a regular robot.
TED joke just now about a robot doing real estate. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But a real robot. Maybe we already have a robot doing real estate.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because there's the right way to do things. I can't be the only one that believes this.
No,
I saw a Martha Stewart documentary, and I was like,
"Oh, my wife keeps talking about this. I haven't watched it yet."
I had, like, all her faults. I'm thinking, no, there is the right way to do things.
Yeah,
there's a place for everything, and everything has its place. So anyway, but back to a robot doing real estate. Yeah, I actually think that but I would want to know about just a nice one-dimensional thinking robot. If you took the book, the real estate book that we all learn from, and we take a test on, and it applied it verbatim, and it applied it to the letter. And it'd be interesting. You probably would be, you'd be skewing like off grid when it came to real decisions about real estate, because nothing is cut and dry. No, I don't even think, most transactions aren't identical. They're very close to one another with their little nuances, but most transactions aren't identical. Most, the application of real estate is very, very subjective. But we've enjoyed it. It's only been 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah, I know. I would never. I didn't plan on 21 years. I planned on like 3.
Well, so why did you start doing real estate?
Oh, because I was a lot worse at auditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like that was what it was like. I mean,
No,
you
my
were at
parents
a
wanted me to
point-
get my teaching degree, and I was like, let me try real estate for this summer when we had sold our diner. I feel like I've said this on 3 different podcasts. So then I got into real estate, and it just clicked. That's where it goes back to what makes an agent click.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just see it just works, and then sometimes you think you're going to see it and it doesn't work. So anyway, what made you get into real estate?
I was, like I said, I was in a full-time touring band, and
I mean that transition I understand.
yeah, we were doing well and everything, and then I had we had a kid, and it was hard every time you leave the house. Like it became like, I mean, just going to band practice was like, it was tough. And we were also podcasting a lot. We were doing all the different things, and it got to a point where it was like, I have to figure something out. Like I need some kind of backup plan, and just so I could be home more with the kids. And we were watching the fucking Bachelor. And I was like, if this douchebag can do real estate.
He was a real estate agent?
Somebody was on the show, and I was like, this guy sucks. And my wife was in mortgages, and I was like, hey, does that make sense for me to do real estate? And she was like, yes, you fucking idiot. And I signed up the next day, and 9 days later, I was a expert in real estate.
I told
by law.
Yeah. I told another agent a long time ago. Oh, by law, yes. 72 hours later, I told another agent to not curse.
Oh,
I've told several agents not to curse.
I'm sorry. I curse a lot. So
and I guess
that's
it's not a
be
problem on the podcast. It's not. No, it's not.
Do you curse like on the job? You mean?
Yeah. See, I'm a robot.
I only curse on the job if they curse first.
Oh, then.
If they're throwing around F-bombs,
see, that's a specific type of style of doing real estate where you kind of like emulate them, and I never officially adopted that style.
I wouldn't say that I do. I mean, we live on Long Island, and it's like,
I've had clients curse about something. Maybe one client. I don't even remember if a client cursed at me. One client actually cursed about their attorney.
Okay.
Yeah, that was about it. But I like, it would take a lot for me to curse. Most people that know me think that I curse, and I actually don't say it right, like something wrong.
Like you just don't have it, like the vibe.
Like fuck.
No, it was good.
Yeah, fuck.
I think it sounds good.
Fuck you. Fuck. No.
Fuck you.
Now it's like I'm ordering Chinese food.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, apparently I say a word a little incorrectly. I just never got used to cursing, but I just feel
bad habit. It's not the best. I don't love it, but I do it a lot. But yeah, not on the job. Only if they do first, and then it's like, okay, this is who this person is. And it loosens up a little bit.
That's like if you go into a client's house and they're in their underwear,
you're just going to take your pants off.
Yeah.
No,
that's not how I think of it.
Never done that. I had somebody shower at an open house once. That was weird. That was weird.
I've showered not during the open house, but I might have needed to shower before.
No, during
I would have permission from the client. Okay. I think I ran a marathon right before it.
All right.
Yeah. It was a special circumstance.
That is a special circumstance.
Yeah. Yes.
That's like you find somebody to cover that open house circumstance.
Oh, no.
That's funny. Wow. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Running marathons and stuff.
It was only a 5K.
I'm thinking about doing like a push-up or two later. It's going to be great.
Yeah, today I'm feeling a little exhausted. I think it's been like a lot this week. A lot with business, a lot with work. We had an office meeting. We're doing this. But in general, I guess, what is the point of doing this? The point of doing this is you should always do what you say, and then you should always say what you do.
So next time, are we going to have like any kind of structure? Any kind of, like, what do we have for the audience here?
I think I have some things special planned. Yeah, there'll be a couple of surprises.
This was
maybe pilot. A couple of hats. Yeah, this is the pilot. This was a pilot. You have to do it, so everything else doesn't seem. Everything else you have to do the first episode in order to do the second one.
Elaine's not even on the show yet. Kramer's a totally different character.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
That's true. I know. Oh, yeah. If I had to do it all over again, yeah, it should be a show about nothing.
Yeah.
But is it really a show about everything?
That is what the point, right? Yeah. No, I don't know.
So there you have it. So this is Mike.
Hey, how are ya?
Or is it that's Mike? And then this is Ted. Yes, I have spoken about myself in the third person to clients.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Like
love
Reggie
doing it.
Jackson's got to do it. Reggie Jackson's got to do it.
You know, and Ted will call all the agents back and tell them, you know, negotiate. And then one time they did look at me like, what did you just say? I said, oh, I would be doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's...
But a robot doing real estate, my fantasy was, we'll end on this because if I manifest on this could put all of, an agent, a good friend of mine, he once said, he's like, well, what happens if like Zillow makes a robot and then that's what shows houses and, you know, works real estate. We're replaced. And I said, speak for yourself. I'm going to try to do everything possible to make sure that robot's name is Ted. And then, okay, this is weird. I go to Applebee's. Not the same day, days, months, weeks later. I've said these words. Okay. Go to Applebee's, a couple of friends, and we're sitting there, and they have this electronic device, new device, and it's like, look at this. You put your order in, talk about replacing it. And the waitress still had a waitress, and they said, oh yes, just use Ted. And the machine was named Ted.
What did it stand for? Was it an acronym?
Who cares?
I'd love to know.
I stop at Ted.
That's unbelievable.
They had me at Ted. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? They said no. I was like, okay.
I hope that becomes like totally catches on, like across the board, like all of them are Teds. And that's
well, in Applebee's, apparently they are.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. And that'll do it because I have to end this at some point.
All right.